Hello everyone, and welcome to my Smart Info channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Now, take a slow, deep breath and let your mind drift far away from the present. Tonight we'll travel together, not through bustling cities or grand pyramids, glittering beneath the sun, but to the forgotten edges of ancient Egypt. The quiet desert villages where survival was never certain, and the rhythms of life were shaped by the harsh sands and the steady flow of the Nile. Imagine yourself there in the dry, shimmering heat where every dawn brings another test of endurance, another day under the vast, unyielding sky. We won't rush, there's no need. Let your thoughts settle into the slow pace of history where days stretched long and time passed with the steady rhythm of labor, ritual, and quiet struggle. We'll begin by walking through the daily life of those desert villagers, the workers, farmers, and families who lived on the margins, building Egypt's greatness brick by brick. Later, we'll meet a remarkable figure from Egypt's storied past. We'll explore ancient mysteries buried beneath the sands, and we'll glimpse the contrasting world of Egypt's powerful elite, far removed from the dust and toil. But for now, let's begin. Imagine yourself stepping onto the parched earth, the faint scent of dust and dry stone hanging in the air. The sun beats down with an unrelenting heat, turning the world into a shimmering haze. You are in a small village on the edge of the Egyptian desert, a place where the relentless sun and the unforgiving sands have tested the limits of human endurance for generations. The village. A cluster of mud brick houses huddled together for mutual protection against the harsh environment is home to about 100 people. Their lives are a simple, unending cycle of work and struggle. The men, their bodies bronzed and weathered like the desert itself, spend their days as laborers, quarrying stone or working on some monumental project that will outlast them. The women, their faces etched with the hardships of their lives, toil over household tasks, caring for children, gathering what little vegetation they can find, and preserving their meager food stores. As the scorching sun climbs higher in the sky, casting long, oppressive shadows, the villagers seek refuge in the shade. Sharing stories and finding solace in each other's company, the air is thick with the scent of wood smoke and roasting meat as families prepare their evening meals. A simple broth perhaps, or perhaps fish from the Nile, a precious commodity in this arid land. The days are long and hot, but the nights bring a welcome respite. Under the cloak of darkness, the temperature drops, bringing with it a sense of relief and the promise of rest. The stars, unfiltered by any light pollution, blaze across the night sky, a constant reminder of the timeless expanse that surrounds them. But even in the quiet of the night, the desert is never truly silent. The howling of the wind through the dunes, the distant call of an owl, all serve as a reminder of the ever-present dangers that lurk in the shadows, wild animals, bandits, or worse. As the moon climbs higher, the villagers drift off to sleep, seeking solace in their dreams, perhaps of a world where the sun is less harsh, the water more plentiful, and the future less uncertain. They wake to the first light of dawn, and the cycle begins anew, another day in the unforgiving embrace of the Egyptian desert. And so, life goes on at the edge of ancient Egypt, a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure in the face of all odds, a story written in sand, wind, and endless sky. Join me next time to uncover more hidden histories of our world. Until then, stay curious, stay questioning, and remember, history is all around us if we just take the time to listen. Thanks for watching. Welcome to my village in the desert. The desert stretches endlessly before you, rolling dunes of pale ochre sand, jagged outcrops of stone weathered by wind and time, and in the distance, a cluster of low mud brick dwellings huddled together like they're sheltering from the heat. This is home. It isn't the Egypt of shimmering temples or bustling marketplaces along the Nile. This is the Egypt few speak of, the small desert settlements that supported the grand projects of pharaohs. The quiet outposts where families eked out their days beneath the merciless sun. The village walls are made from sun-baked mud brick, their surfaces rough beneath your fingertips. The homes are low and flat-roofed, clustered close together for shade and protection. Everything here bears the faded tones of sand, stone, and clay, the colors blending into the land itself. The air is dry, the faintest scent of firewood and baked earth drifting on the wind. The only sounds are the soft murmur of voices, the rhythmic thud of tools striking stone, and the distant whisper of desert winds snaking between the hills. You rise with the sun, though sleep was scarce. The desert nights are cool, the days unbearably hot. There is no luxury here, no cushion from the elements. Your bed is a simple mat of woven reeds, the walls thin, the roof scarcely holding off the dust. Water is precious. There's a well in the center of the village, though its depths are shallow. Each drop is drawn with care, the ropes fraying with use. You queue patiently, jug in hand, as others gather, their faces weary but resigned. The tasks are endless. You might be a laborer, summoned to the nearby construction site, a grand tomb carved into the cliffs for some forgotten noble. You rise early, shoulders aching already from yesterday's toil. The sun crests the horizon, casting long shadows across the sand. And still you work, chiseling stone, carrying rubble, under the watchful eyes of overseers. Or perhaps you farm the sparse land near the edges of the settlement, coaxing stubborn crops from the soil, dependent entirely on the Nile's seasonal flooding. But out here, so far from the river's embrace, the ground is dry, the harvest meager, and the future uncertain. The food is plain, flatbread baked from barley, often coarse and gritty with stray sand. It's sometimes lentils, onions, or dried fish, though such things are precious. Meat is rare, a luxury for festival days, if at all. The desert is unforgiving, yet strangely beautiful. At dusk, the sky softens, hues of gold and deep rose bleeding across the horizon. You sit with family, the faint warmth of a cooking fire between you, the distant stars beginning to pierce the twilight. Stories pass quietly, tales of gods and kings, of the great rivers, life-giving floods, and of the dangers that lurk beyond, jackals prowling the dunes. Spirits whispered to haunt the ancient hills. Illness comes easily, the constant dust settling in lungs, infections creeping beneath sun-cracked skin. But the village endures as it has for generations. Life is hard, stripped of grandeur, yet steady, cyclical, and tethered to the land itself. And so you rise each day, as your ancestors did, walking the same narrow paths, carrying the same burdens, surviving in the quiet margins of empire, beneath an endless desert sky. The sands shift beneath history's feet. In the quiet stillness of ancient Egypt, amidst stone monuments and drifting desert winds, there lived a woman destined to defy tradition and reshape her world. Her name was Hatshepsut. Donked, you can picture her, adorned not in the flowing linens of a queen, but in the ceremonial garb of a pharaoh, broad collar gleaming in the sunlight, the curved royal beard symbolically tied beneath her chin. It wasn't meant to be this way. She was born into power. Yes, the daughter of Pharaoh, Thutmose I, but Egypt's laws and customs whispered the same old truth. Kings were men, rulers were warriors, and women were to stand beside, not upon the throne. But Hatshepsut listened to the desert winds and heard something different. Her early life was shaped by palatial walls, temple shadows, and political intrigue. She was educated, observant, patient. Married to her half-brother Thutmose II, as tradition demanded, standing quietly at the heart of Egypt's ruling family. But fate is a curious thing. When her husband died young, the throne passed to a mere child, Thutmose III, her stepson, too young to rule, too fragile to wield a kingdom. So Hatshepsut stepped into the space between tradition and necessity. At first a regent, a caretaker of power, a woman preserving order, but over time, her titles grew. Her authority deepened. Her image shifted. She declared herself Pharaoh, king of Upper and Lower Egypt, a ruler in her own right. It was a quiet rebellion against centuries of custom. She dressed in royal robes, wore the striped Nenis headdress, even adopted the false beard symbols long reserved for men, for kings, for those born into unquestioned power. Some whispered, some resisted, but Egypt, in its wisdom, accepted. Perhaps the gods spoke through her. Perhaps the land itself craved her steady hand. And rule she did, not with conquest and swords, but with vision and patience. Trade blossomed under her reign, monumental expeditions to the fabled land of Punt, returning with incense, exotic trees, and shimmering riches. Her architects carved grand temples into the cliffs at Deir el-Bahari, sanctuaries still standing, weathered yet defiant, their walls inscribed with tales of prosperity. The people thrived. Crops swayed along the Nile's fertile banks. The tombs of kings stretched higher toward the sun. Artisans etched her name into stone, over and over. But history is fickle. After Hatshepsut's death, shadows crept in. Her name was chiseled from monuments, her image defaced, her legacy hidden by those who followed, eager to restore the old order. But stone remembers. Today her temples endure, weathered but proud. Her statues, though battered, still watch over the desert. Her name, once buried, speaks again through the sands of time. Hatshepsut, the pharaoh who wasn't meant to rule, yet did so with grace, strength, and quiet defiance. The desert forgets many things, but not her. The desert is quiet, always quiet. But beneath its golden surface, secrets lie buried. Imagine yourself walking along the edge of an ancient valley. It's the dry wind carrying the scent of dust and stone, your footsteps muffled by soft, shifting sand. The cliffs rise like silent sentinels, carved by time, their faces etched with shadows. This is the land of forgotten tombs. We know of Egypt's grand monuments, the towering pyramids of Giza, colossal statues staring eternally toward the horizon. But beyond the well-trodden tourist paths, countless resting places remain hidden. Undisturbed for millennia, concealed beneath dunes and crumbling hillsides. Archaeologists whisper of them, lost burial chambers untouched since the ancients sealed them away, treasures of knowledge, fragments of lives, stories frozen in the dark. Some lie beneath the Valley of the Kings, where winding tunnels burrow deep into limestone cliffs. Despite centuries of exploration, researchers believe many tombs, perhaps royal, perhaps humble, still slumber beneath the sand. Others are scattered across forgotten necropolises, tucked beneath desert plateaus or hidden under collapsed settlements, waiting, silent and unseen. The desert preserves. In 2020, in the shadow of Luxor, explorers uncovered a vast necropolis, untouched for over 2,500 years. Rows of coffins stacked neatly, their vibrant paint still bright, their hieroglyphs whispering prayers to gods long silent. Imagine standing there, brushing away the sand, revealing intricate carvings, the faint scent of aged resin lingering in the air. Ancient faces staring upward, frozen in eternity. Some tombs tell stories of priests, artisans, or merchants, ordinary people with dreams, fears, and rituals. Their bones resting alongside amulets, tools, and tokens of protection for the afterlife. Others remain sealed. Sand disguises entrances, the weight of centuries pressing down upon them. Technology helps, but even today, ground-penetrating radar and satellite imagery only hint at what sleeps below. Every dune, every rocky slope could conceal chambers forgotten by time. There are whispered legends of entire tombs filled with untouched relics, papyrus scrolls yet unread, golden masks hidden from the sun, hieroglyphic walls describing unknown pharaohs or vanished dynasties. The sands shift, slowly, quietly revealing fragments, only to cover them again. Perhaps, somewhere beneath your very feet, lies a sealed chamber, perfectly preserved. Its walls untouched, its occupants dreaming beneath painted ceilings. Their stories waiting for the day the desert exhales and their forgotten names return to the world. The desert keeps its secrets well, but nothing stays hidden forever. The Burning Sands trilogy is set in ancient Egypt, but I wanted to know more about life in Egypt's great cities. So I've been exploring the palaces of the rich and powerful. They were visiting a grand estate in the heart of a bustling city. Far from the sun-scorched villages and the endless labor of common life, another Egypt existed. Picture grand courtyards bathed in dappled sunlight, cool stone floors beneath your feet, and walls painted with scenes of gods. Gardens and the eternal Nile drifting lazily along. This is the hidden world of Egypt's most powerful priests. Nobles and the quiet aristocrats who live not beneath the crushing heat of labor, but behind high walls and shaded porticos. The palaces of the wealthy were not crude huts of sun-baked clay, but sprawling homes of plastered walls, pillared rooms, and fragrant gardens hidden behind protective enclosures. Water basins glisten in courtyards. Lotus flowers bloom in carefully tended pools, and date palms and fig trees sway gently in the desert breeze, their leaves casting shifting patterns of shadow. The air carries the faint scent of incense, resinous, calming, offered daily to household gods and protective spirits. Servants move quietly through the halls, tending to tasks unseen by their masters. Meals are prepared from ingredients few villagers could ever dream of tasting. Tables groan beneath roasted goose, grilled fish, honey-sweetened cakes, and wine pressed from sun-kissed grapes, stored in cool cellars below. Within these halls, priests hold tremendous influence. Not only are they guardians of temples, but stewards of land, collectors of tribute, and interpreters of divine will. Their wealth rivals that of nobles, their power woven into the fabric of Egypt's spiritual and political life. Their homes reflect this status. Bedrooms adorned with painted ceilings, linen sheets woven fine and soft, elaborate wooden furniture carved with images of sacred animals and protective deities. By day, the elite oversee estates, manage temple offerings, or host gatherings filled with musicians, dancers, and quiet political whispers. By night, they recline upon cushioned chairs beneath the glow of oil lamps, as servants fan away the desert heat. Yet even within these walls, life is not free from fear. The gods must be pleased, omens must be watched. Illness can creep silently even among marble floors, and the desert's harsh edges are never far away. Their luxuries insulate but do not completely shelter. The wealthiest families still feel the weight of politics, the uncertainty of succession, the threat of intrigue from within and beyond. And always the desert waits, stretching endlessly beyond their gardens, reminding all that beneath the comforts of civilization, sand and time are patient. Even the grandest palace crumbles eventually. But tonight, for now, the lamps glow softly. The pools shimmer beneath moonlight, and the faint murmur of distant music echoes beyond carved stone columns. Here, in this quiet, secret corner of Egypt's forgotten grandeur, life drifts gently, one moment at a time. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my Smart Info channel. So thank you again for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.